Hello everyone, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my quarter 2 anticipated releases. It's coming at you a little late, but that's okay. So I might even be able to show you some of these releases because I do already own some of them. There's some ones on here that I'm really excited for. Some that while I was doing my research came on my radar that I had never heard of before, so I really like doing these videos because I feel like I've been out of the loop about what books are coming out other than like the really hyped ones. Let's get into my anticipated releases for April, May, and June. Be sure to comment down below any that I may have missed or ones that you're really excited about, and even ones for later in the year. So let's start out with April. 2 releases on April 7th, which I actually own both of them already, but the first one being Rights of the Starling by Devney Perry. I'm currently reading this one. I've just been listening to the audiobook so far. I'm probably like a third into this and I'm enjoying it. This one's the sequel to Shield of Sparrows. So I have the nice pretty sprayed edges edition, of course. So far, I'm not enjoying this one as much as the first one, but it's not bad. Here's under the dust jacket, and this is what the end pages look like. I think I read the last one in August last year, so I've been anticipating this one since then. Also on April 7th, The Escape Game was released by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. A mystery about a game show, and in the last season 6 months ago someone was found murdered. Now season 5 is underway and the sister of the girl that died is on this season and everyone thinks she killed her, I guess, and she's trying to get justice for her sister. So I'm really excited for this one. I think it's gonna be good. I love a YA mystery, so, and fun little sprayed edges on that one as well. I don't think this one's technically supposed to come out until April 26th, but I've actually seen it out at bookstores, so maybe I have the date wrong or it's just not super strict, but that is Chasing the Fire by Paisley Hope. This is, I believe, the final book in the Silver Pine series, so this is an anticipated release, except I haven't actually started this series, but I own the first one and I really just am anticipating the firefighter element of it, so I might not even read these in order, to be completely honest, because that one intrigues me. Probably this one and that one intrigue me equally, or that one's gonna be super cute, but it'll probably take me a little bit to actually pick it up. May is where the majority of the anticipated releases are for me in this quarter, starting with Furybound by Sable Sorensen. This is the second book in, I don't actually know what the series is called, or I can't think of what the series is called, but the first one is Direbound. I actually just recently read this one. I didn't think I was gonna pick it up. Didn't really like, I knew people were really enjoying it. I just didn't think I needed to pick it up for some reason, and then I did, and I really enjoyed it. Werewolf series, maybe? And the special editions for these are so pretty. Can't really tell you what this one's about because it's a sequel. Mix of Hunger Games and Fourth Wing, but Fourth Wing, instead of dragons, it's wolves. So good. Then this one was one that just came on my radar. Oh, these are for May 5th, by the way. Just came on my radar what is The Daisy Chain Flower Shop by Laurie Gilmore. I have not read any of the other books in this series, but my understanding is you could kind of just read whatever one you'd like, or whichever ones you'd like in the series. This one, we follow Daisy, who has a flower shop. She does flowers for weddings, and after a few of those marriages end up in divorce, people start linking it to her and her shop and think that she is cursed and the flowers are cursed. So then in comes the male main character from this book, I forgot what his name is, and I think he's new to town. It's a small town and he's avoided this flower shop as much as possible because he doesn't need any more bad luck, but he's having family come into town and he needs to get some flowers, so there is where they come together, and it sounds super cute. I just haven't been drawn to the other ones in this series, so yeah, whatever. I think I'm gonna pick this one up or at least listen to the audiobook. Last one for May 5th is Caller Unknown by Gillian McAllister. I have to look over. I don't know what this one's about. I forget. But I've read a few of Gillian McAllister's books, and I've liked them, but I haven't liked them that much. I think I've read 3 of her books. I like them enough, but just audiobooks, I'm not gonna spend money on it. So, how far would you go to rescue your child? A mother races against the clock and finds herself on the wrong side of the law. There is nothing that Simone won't do for her daughter, Lucy. The two have always been close, and with Lucy about to leave home for university, they depart the UK for a vacation to Texas to spend some quality time together. But when Simone awakes on their first morning in the desert, Lucy is gone, missing from their rental cabin. In her place is a cell phone, and a voice on the other line issues a shocking ransom demand. Don't tell the police, come to this location, and be prepared to do a deal. Though Simone's husband urges her to bring in the authorities for help, she knows she can't take any chances. The kidnappers might kill Lucy if she tells anyone. No mother would take that risk. Instead, that night, she drives to the isolated meetup. What she finds there changes everything. The mysterious kidnapper doesn't want money. They want Simone to do something, the unthinkable. A catastrophic chain of events is set in motion with chilling consequences that extend beyond Simone and her family. What follows is a heart-pounding journey through the small towns and punishing deserts of remote Texas, in which Simone's courage and morality is pushed to the brink as she discovers what it truly means to be a mother. Domestic. I feel like Gillian McAllister mostly does like domestic. I think this one's an interesting idea. It's giving The Chain vibes by Adrian McKenty, so maybe something similar to that. Then we have 3 on May 12th. Broken Dove by Dani Francis. This is one of my top anticipated releases for the whole year. This is the second book to Silver Elite, which is a dystopian fantasy. Loved it. Certain people have powers, and because of stuff that went on in our world, and the ruling group is trying to get rid of those people, and our main character kind of infiltrates that. There's a little bit of a romance along the way. So good. I probably should reread Silver Elite before it comes out. Shield of Sparrows. I watched a TikTok where a girl went really in depth of what happened. It was much needed. Next is First and Forever by Lynn Painter. This is my first adult Lynn Painter book that I'm gonna pick up. I think love some of her YA romances. I think I've read 3 of them. Better Than the Movies is one of my favorite books ever. This one is a football romance, if I'm not mistaken, where she grows up. She's a really big fan of this team. At a game, the mascot is like hitting on her and being kind of a creep. This gets caught on camera, and it actually just looks like she's like, I don't know if she hits him or something, but she looks crazy on this. And she's getting booed out of the stadium and all that. Afterwards, to do some damage control on her side and on the team's side, their star player goes with her on like a morning show. Heated discussion, it sounds like, and the team kind of wants to use this as PR, but it sounds like she doesn't know, so he asks her out and they go on dates, but it doesn't sound like she knows about this PR part of the relationship. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be really messy, and it sounds like I don't know if I'm going to be able to forgive the man, but we shall see. Next is The Anniversary by Alex Finley. This is another one where I've read a few of his books, and none of them have been like that amazing, or like the first one I think I liked. I can't remember, but like pretty mid for me, but I keep picking them up, and just as audiobooks, very similar to Gillian McAllister. Every year he comes for them. On one fateful night in 1992, the lives of 2 17-year-olds are changed and intertwined forever. Quinn Riley, a boy from the wrong side of the tracks, is arrested after he innocently tries to break up a fight but ends up nearly killing someone. Jules Delaney, high school royalty, survives an attack by the elusive and terrifying Mayday Killer, a serial predator who strikes every May 1st in Midwestern small towns. A year later, Jules is struggling with trauma and guilt, tormented by one question: why was I spared? Quinn is newly released from juvenile detention and returns home That doesn't make sense. Returns home to fresh the unsolved murder of his mother. I think it means solve the unsolved. Over the next decade, their lives are revisited on a single day each year. May 1st, as secrets unravel and the paths of Quinn and Jules collide, two mysteries edge closer to the truth. All the while, the Mayday killer is still out there, and the clock is racing toward another May 1st. That one sounds like it could be really, really good, so I'm excited for it. I don't want to go in with too high of hopes, but that's like a really good and interesting synopsis. Then we have Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. Here's the thing, I need to catch up on some more Elsie Silver before this, but of course it's an anticipated release. Small town forbidden rivals to lovers romance, and it's the first book in a new series. Emerald Lake. Professional bull rider Emmett Bush is not looking for love. He's looking for a paycheck to save his family's farm from bankruptcy is what it keeps trying to say. Bankruptcy. Well, I can't say. You know what I'm trying to say. I cannot say that for some reason. So when he agrees to be the leading man on a hot new reality dating show, Romance Ranch, he's already decided it's all one big performance until Julia Silva walks onto his property. Smart, snarky, beautiful, and off limits in more ways than one. As the location consultant on set and the little sister of his most bitter professional rival, she's the last woman who should pique his interest. Julia has been warned about Emmett. She knows better than to fall for his cocky swagger, broad shoulders, and smoldering good looks. Plus, she's sworn off relationships, but as Julia and Emmett work together, mutual distaste grows into an unexpected connection and then something more. Soon, they find themselves searching for excuses to spend time together and out of the reach of cameras. Knowing glances, stolen kisses, secret rendezvous. Still, Emmett signed up to play the role of an eligible bachelor searching for the one. His family's land and legacy depend on him completing the show. The problem is he's already fallen in love, just not with a contestant. This is all only making me think of Farmers Looking for Love or whatever. There's a show in Canada. There's probably other places as well. I think there's like one in South Africa maybe. Whatever. It's just making me think of that. I love anything with like a little bit of a TV twist to it or something like that. I think that's like a fun addition to a book. Fever Dream was on May 19th. Sorry, I keep forgetting to say that. But on May 26th, this is the last one for May, I have The Divorce by Frida McFadden. Now, I'm not a person that I feel like I need to read every Frida McFadden book, but I do enjoy some of her books. This one sounds like it could be one of them. Naomi was living the quintessential love story. Boy meets girl, they fall in love, get married, buy a dream house, start a family. Then he kicks her out, hires the city's best divorce lawyers, drains their accounts, and takes up with a 20-something. Naomi should accept defeat, move into a dingy apartment, get back into the workforce, and piece together the shattered remains of her life, except why should she? Instead, Naomi fixates on her husband's new girlfriend. What begins as cynical curiosity soon twists into obsession, and then into something far darker. As Naomi uncovers secrets she never imagined, she realizes her own life may be in danger. But if it keeps her perfect family intact, isn't it worth it? Sounds like a good Frida McFadden one. And then finally we have June, and I have 3 releases for June. That's it. First, I have on June 2nd Lies Between Us by Jessica Goodman. I really enjoy Jessica Goodman's books. Actually, I think there's been 1 or 2 that I haven't enjoyed as much, but they're usually like pretty good. Do you ever really know the people you love? For the Gold sisters and Silver brothers, life has been idyllic. Growing up in side-by-side waterfront mansions in a town where doors are never locked and the police do little more than issue speeding tickets. The Golds and Silvers have known each other their entire lives, as neighbors, as friends, as family. But one carefree summer takes a dark turn when a beach party ends in tragedy and their perfect world cracks wide open. Suddenly, the bonds that tie these families together are strained by suspicion and fear. Painful secrets surface, revealing the fragile truths they've been hiding. Lucy, the oldest Gold girl, harbors a crushing secret from her boyfriend, one of the Silver boys. Millie, the middle sister, quietly yearns for the one person she can't have, and the youngest Frankie uncovers something that could blow their island apart. Sounds a little Summer I Turned Pretty thriller edition. Next is Missing in Soho by Holly Stars. This is the second book in the Missy Divine series. Author is a drag queen. Very drag mysteries. It was a super fun first book. So I was really happy to find out that there was going to be a sequel. Photographer Jeremy Edmonds has vanished without a trace. Last known location, Soho. As the owner of Ladies Bar, no one knows the city and its secrets quite better than the drag queen at Missy Divine. So who better to help private detective Sylvester Green follow this missing man's trail than the Queen of Soho herself? But no sooner has one mystery landed than another one takes Misty by surprise. Because the next day, Sylvester is back. The difference? Yesterday he was alive and safe. Today he's dripping blood onto her doorstep after narrowly escaping an attack on his life. With danger drawing in, Misty must take Sylvester's investigation into her perfectly manicured hands. Can she solve the case and find the missing photographer, or will the next crime for Misty to solve be a murder? Again, super fun, and like, I don't know, I just love drag, so it just, those parts of it make it so fun, and then I love mystery thrillers, so those together, perfect recipe. Also, first one was a really good audiobook, so I'll probably do that for the second one as well. Finally, for this quarter, it comes out on June 23rd. It could have been Her by Lisa Jewell. Again, Lisa Jewell is a hit or miss author for me, but some of the ones that I've loved, I've really loved. This one sounds like it could be one of those. Jane is walking her dogs on her country estate one May afternoon when a small white dog appears. The teenage girl that had been staying nearby with the dog is nowhere to be found, and Jane decides to return the dog to his registered owners hours away in London, in the deepest backwaters of Hampstead. But when Jane arrives, she is immediately unsettled because Jane has a dark history with this house. The man who answers the door tells her the dog Hugo must have been stolen from the Heath. I don't know what that means, but Jane very much doubts that is true. Through the window, she catches a glimpse of a haunted-looking woman, not the missing girl she'd hoped to find. Facing a crossroads similar to the one that first led her to this home 25 years ago, Jane knows that the house holds the key to the missing teenager, to the lost dog, and to dark secrets they'd all rather leave buried. Maybe a little creepy. We shall see. Probably another audiobook. I'm really trying to cut down how many books I buy and just doing the audiobook, and then if I love it, I buy a copy, but sometimes that's easier said than done. Those are all my anticipated releases for April, May, and June, and I will be back with my quarter 3 and quarter 4 videos. So let me know what are some more of your anticipated releases for the rest of the year. I think there's some really good ones coming out this year and this quarter, so I'm really excited to pick those up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both of those mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!